Let's talk about gains and losses and how we take decisions when we are presented with different scenarios. Let us consider the first scenario where I will give you 50 rupees for sure, or the second scenario where I'll toss a coin and if you get a heads, I'll give you 100 rupees, and if you get a tail, I'll give you nothing. In this case, you will probably pick option 1 because you feel that you will get 50 rupees for sure, and in option 2, there's a good chance that you will not get anything at all. Now, let me flip this argument and say that in the first scenario, you have to pay me 50 rupees for sure. And in the second scenario, I'll toss a coin. If you get a head, you will have to pay me 100 rupees, and if you get a tail, you will have to pay me nothing. In this scenario, probably because it is a loss for you, you need to pay me, you probably will pick the gamble. Now, if we look at the expected value of all the 4 situations, it is 50 rupees, considering it's an unbiased coin and the chance of a head or a tail is equal, that is 50%. The expectation of all 4 options is 50 rupees. However, when presented with a gain scenario, we do not go for a gamble, we go for a certain outcome. And in case of a loss, we go for a gamble because we want to utilize this one situation where we might not have to pay anything at all. We do not consider that this 100 rupees is also equally likely, right? And so this interesting thing was presented in Thinking Fast and Slow, and ever since I've read that book, I've been very fascinated about how human mind behaves. And prospect theory basically says that we value gains and losses differently. For a 1 rupee gain, if your happiness level is 3, for a 1 rupee loss, your happiness level will be much more than 3. I've put 7 here, but it is more than 3. It is not equal. Although the value, the expectation, everything is the same, we somehow value losses more than we value gains. So the happiness you will have of the happiness you will have of gaining 50 rupees will be much lower than the sadness you will have because you lost 50 rupees. Somehow, although the value is the same, the person is the same, the situation is the same, we value losses more than gains. And so we usually take decisions where we minimize our losses because our sorrow level is higher rather than maximizing our gains. Now, I've been wondering why people in India buy real estate without even looking at the actual building. So a lot of real estate agents sell you flats and buildings that are not really built. They will show you a diagram and then they will say you need to make a decision of purchasing this flat, and a lot of people actually end up buying that flat. I was trying to think if prospect theory and our general behavior of loss aversion is behind this thought process that we have. Now consider the situation where a real estate agent has presented you with a brochure. They've shown you a picture of a flat that they want to sell you. It's not yet built. It will probably be built in 3 years and you will probably get the possession in 4 years. Consider why actually you will go ahead and buy such a flat that is not even built. Consider these scenarios that probably are proposed by the real estate agents to convince you. Maybe they tell you that sir or ma'am, you need to buy this flat at right now, and if you buy it right now, I will sell it to you at 50 rupees. Then you will go ahead and think that what is the market value of this particular flat in this location at this point in time. Maybe it will be somewhere around 50. You will go ahead and consider an inflation and you will think that the market value of this flat will increase by so and so percent. At that point in time, paying 50 right now, even with NPV and future value of money, maybe looks very attractive to you. And the other option they also present you with is, if you miss this offer right now, if you do not buy this flat at 50 rupees right now, when the flat actually gets completed, you can buy it at the actual market price at that point in time, which is 100 rupees, or there is a good chance that the flat will be sold out by then because a lot of people will pick up this offer. Maybe a lot of real estate agents give you this sort of an argument on why you should actually go ahead and purchase this flat right now. Now, I wanted to talk about this second scenario that they're talking about. This second scenario assumes that 100 out of 100 times this flat will be built for sure. That is the first assumption that they're making. And the second assumption they're making is that there is equal chance of this flat being sold out versus equal chance of this flat being available at the market price. And so I wanted to question these two parts if we were to flip this same argument in terms of a loss aversion scenario. Now, if I were to buy this flat right now, I would definitely lose 50 rupees and not gain the flat because it's still yet to be built. So today my options, my real options in terms of loss are, I will lose 50 rupees for sure, and I have no idea what is the chance of this flat being built, and I have no idea whether this assumption that this flat will be built or not is right, and I also wouldn't know whether the chance of this flat being available or sold out in the future is 50-50 or not, right? So there are two things that we are assuming here. The first thing is that the flat itself will be built, and the second thing is that it will be sold out 50% of the times. Now if you flip the argument in this direction, you can very clearly see that picking a gamble in case of loss aversion may not be the best option we have, because we probably feel that right, if you think that you will lose 50% right now, you will probably not pick the loss scenario, just like you did not pick the certain loss in the case of a coin toss where I was paying you 50 rupees and you were paying me 50 rupees. Now in case of real estate, unlike the first scenario, we usually do not pick the chance, we pick this scenario, right? In the previous scenario, these were the two scenarios that I had presented you previously. In the case of a gain, you are picking a certain gain, and in the case of a loss, you are actually picking the gamble. But in the case of real estate, you're not picking the gamble, you're not taking the chance of waiting till the flat is built, you're actually picking the certain loss. Why are you doing that? Because as per prospect theory, we should, and our human behavior, we should be averse to losing stuff, and we should not go for a gamble, we should not go for a certain outcome when we are facing a loss. So I think that there are multiple reasons why we pick the certain outcome instead of a gamble in case of a loss making scenario. Maybe we think that we look at this builder who's offering this flat, we look at their past projects, and we feel that this assumption that this flat will be built will be true 100% of the times. We look at the inventory and we feel that this chance of this flat being sold out is much higher, because the flat that I want will not be available when the flat is actually built. People may pick up garden facing flats, people may pick up pool facing flats, the corner flats, the flats with a good number, all of them will be picked up, and when I actually go and want to buy this flat when it is built, it will most likely be sold out. So we probably think that the flat that I want to buy, the buying at 100 rupees, this will probably have a probability of 20%, and this will have a probability of 80%. Right? And then we look at the price NPV calculations, we put some metrics for inflation, we compare it with the rentals, we compare it with the lifestyle, we compare it with the amount of land available in that area, and we think that this flat is much more valuable than the amounts proposed over here. And then of course there are a lot of schemes to help us make this decision faster. There are endorsement by celebrities, there are rapid increases of price to signal to us that this flat is going to be built and there is a lot of demand for this. There are a false sense of bookings that are created by real estate agents where they say that the inventory is getting consumed quickly, the flats that you want, the awesome flats, are getting booked fast, and at the end of the day what happens is that you feel that the flat will be built for sure and it will be sold out for sure. So then for you, what you would look at is that you only have this one option with you, because this option does not exist for you, because at the end of the day this option of buying at 100 will not be available, because inventory will be over by then, the price will be so high that you cannot afford it by then, and you will not get the schemes that you are getting right now by them, and because of their past performance this flat will be built for sure. So you feel that you do not have a second option, you only have the first option, and therefore you probably go ahead and pick the certain option even when you're facing with a loss. Now I would like to tell you that if you're considering these things while purchasing a flat and thinking that you should not go for a gamble because you feel that this information is complete to make your decision, I would urge you to also look at some of the other factors that impact this assumption that the flat will be built for sure. The first thing is that every project, although by the same builder, has different ROI. the ones that you're comparing with the past projects that are successful and built may have a different ROI compared to the one that you're currently considering, and those informations will not be exposed to us as users, and so you should be extra careful with what ROI the builder is working with in terms of the current project that they are trying to sell to you. The second thing is that do you think that the same team that built the past project is working on the same project? Because if you have the same team, you can definitely replicate the success, but you have a different team, there would be different situations. And then there are a lot of external factors around regulation, around environmental issues, around permits, around the extent of sales, around the extent of managing different local bodies that may impact the assumption that this building will actually be built. So at the end of the day, if you feel that you do not have the second option because of these factors, I would also urge you to look at these factors and think about why are you going for a certain outcome when you can go for a chance in case of a loss aversion situation. These are just my thoughts, and these are just ways for you to think more before you go ahead and make a certain decision in case of a loss scenario, because we see that these days a lot of projects get delayed, a lot of projects do not get built, and even when they get built, a lot of projects face a lot of situations with getting permits and occupancy certificates and stuff like that. Ponder over this, think about why we value losses more versus gains, make a conscious decision, use the two examples I have given you, and ensure you take an informed decision.